Hey there, everybody. Jessica Carter here.
And Matt Carter here.
And today we're going to be talking about The Bachelor. The finale's coming up starting on Monday, and we're going to find out what's happening with Peter. Who's he going to choose? Is he choosing no one? Is it Hannah Ann? Is it Madison? Today we're going to be talking about the two people who are left and the case for each one of them of why they would be good for Peter, not good for Peter, all that good stuff. But before we jump into that, if you do end up liking this video, please hit the subscribe button, give us a like, ring the bell, and that way you'll be able to get all of our notifications and you won't be left out on all our Bachelor coverage. We'll also be doing Bachelorette and the summer games and Bachelor. It is all Bachelor all the time here.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start out with Hannah Ann.
I'm just happy first and foremost that we're finally, here. That we don't have like 2 days. We actually get the answer to the long question that has plagued us for months on end.
Yeah, this is the first season in a long, long time where there are no spoilers on who is actually going to end up with The Bachelor.
Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of people who claim that they know, and I love a lot of this. I haven't gotten to the level where I've heard my dog walker knows somebody who knows Hannah Ann and that she was spotted with a guy who kind of looked like Peter.
Yeah.
Maybe he had the same Harry Potter scar on his forehead. I don't know what's going on. But no, I think the case for Hannah Ann is pretty simple, that she seems to be very into Peter.
Yep.
They seem to be very much into each other.
Yep.
Seems like she's going to have a relatively, I don't want to say easy because that doesn't feel like the right word, but a relatively comfortable life without a lot of drama. And there aren't really a lot of just explicit negatives where you're like, okay, that is a big reason why Peter is not going to want to be with her.
Yeah, I just feel that Hannah Ann is the better match. And that's not saying that I don't like Madison, because I do. I just think that their lifestyles, sort of where they are in life, it just matches up. She's been really supportive of him through this whole thing. It has been not easy, but smooth sailing. And those relationships are great, and they're able to go the distance. I understand that there's that inherent want of, I gotta fight for it, and I gotta, a hunter's instinct, I gotta get out there and catch them, sort of thing. But there's something to be said for having a love and a relationship that is effortless and mostly brings love and less hurdles to get over. So for me, I think that Hannah Ann is the better choice if he just wants to have more sort of just happiness without having to jump the hurdles to make it happen.
I'm trying to think of negatives here. It's hard because, I don't think Hannah Ann is super compelling television, but I don't think Peter is in the process of filming The Bachelor and being like, I don't want to pick you because you're not good TV. I don't think that's going on at all.
No, I think the real issue is that Peter likes a chase. And because she's not giving a chase and she's giving love and giving her heart freely, that it's becoming a bit... We've just watched Madison sort of flip-flopping back and forth ever since right before the fantasy suite date, and it has been catching his attention more and more of, oh my goodness, now I can't let her get away. And that's not anything that Hannah Ann is doing wrong. It's just she's been pretty open. Here I am, I love you, I want to be with you, do you want to be with me? Let's go.
It does finally feel like maybe there's going to be 5 seconds of drama for the two of them in the finale. There's previews that are out there for the first part of it on Monday, and it sounds as though Hannah Ann is going to finally be sort of fed up with this idea that Peter is waffling between the two, and he doesn't have his mind made up, and I think at a certain point she is just going to be like, all right, I have given you pretty much everything you could possibly want all season. Where is something for me? Maybe that will, because if Peter does like a chase, maybe that will be the challenge, and maybe Peter will then be like, oh, I get to have a challenge here. Now I really want her.
Yeah, and that really sucks for Hannah Ann, because if she's not looking for, all right, well, I got to keep the mystery alive, I got to keep the chase going, that's kind of an exhausting relationship in the end, and she may not want that. So then if that's the case, then maybe Peter's not right for her, because is he then ever really going to be happy when he catches the chase?
I think I'm hoping I don't know Peter other than that he is a pilot. I'm still not sure I know anything else about him, and I've been watching this show for months.
Yeah, I agree. He has not opened up enough for me at all this season.
I also know that he has a mom that really wants him to bring her home to us. But beyond that, that's really it. And, with Madison, I actually feel like I know Madison like 5 times as well as I do either Peter or Hannah Ann.
Yeah, that's why if, we have Clare is going to be coming up and going to be being the Bachelorette, but I was feeling that if Madison was not ending up with Peter, that she would have been a great choice. We did get to know her really well. There's lots of people that like her. We know what she stands for. We know what her beliefs are. We know what her lifestyle is. We've met her family. They're interesting TV. She is a good Bachelorette package.
She's certainly at least someone who I feel like could be a lead down the road if she's not with Peter, but I just feel like in the deepest recesses of my heart that she is with Peter, mostly just because if she wasn't with Peter, why did they not make her the Bachelorette unless she gets her heart broken maybe a month or so ago, because this process has been playing out and maybe she's just not ready. But otherwise, I just think that she would have been somebody who ABC was just like getting in front of her front yard with like the trunk full of money.
Yeah, being like, come on down. No, yeah, unless she had decided that she didn't want it, I just don't understand why she wouldn't be if she's not with Peter. But I think she is probably going to be the person who's with Peter. And I know they keep saying, oh, this ending's really unpredictable, and Madison makes the most sense, so that's predictable. But I think it's just going to be, and we've said this in other videos, I think that she has said, and I agree with her, having a proposal like a week later, a few days after you've been to bed with other people, like, no, it's too much. I get it where she's coming from. So I think, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'll die on this hill, I think he's going to try to propose to her on the live show, and that's why it's never been done. You can't see it coming, and there's no spoilers out there because they're not engaged yet.
I really hope he finds anywhere to propose that is not the after the final rose. If he wants to go, let's just name if he wants to go and propose to her in a phone booth somewhere, I would rather that than the after the final rose.
I would not want that. I would say no.
Well, I'm not the person doing it. I'm not the person receiving it. It's going to be so supremely awkward sitting there, especially if she's not ready to say yes. I don't want to see that on TV. I don't want to see this, I'm not the biggest Peter fan in the world, but I don't want to see him get clowned on live television either.
No, I agree, but most people don't propose unless you have some kind of idea that they're going to say yes. Lots of people do have that marriage conversation, and the show's been done for a while, so I'm sure they would have been, if this is how it's going to play out, that they've been having some kind of conversations over this time. Hey, do we want to move forward? Sure. What do you think about getting married? Yeah, I'm in. Cool. I'm probably going to propose to you on the show. You all right with that? Yeah, I'm all right. I just can't see him going on the show and getting clowned.
One of the things that's just in my head constantly about all this, I think at the very least, we can get really crazy now with the theories, because I think at the very least, he stops filming this season believing that he's going to be with Madison, because I believe with every ounce of my heart that if he was to propose to Hannah Ann in Australia, where they are for the finale, that she would say yes, and then that would be the end of the season. I've seen zero evidence of anything else.
No, I agree. She would say yes. So we do have to talk about, do we think Madison is the right choice for Peter? What do you think?
I think she could be the right choice for Peter, but I think it's really just going to come down to what their communication has been like since the show, because I think if Peter really does just have more feelings for her than anyone else, then it's worth fighting for. And there's been so much obviously with the show that we haven't seen. But if Peter tries to make this work and it's just routinely an issue, everything that happened in the fantasy suite. I mean, it's up to Madison if she wants to continue to have the feelings that she has about that. I mean, ultimately, she's inclined to feel however she wants to feel. But I think at a certain point, if it continues to be a huge sticking point and they can't get past it, then I think at that point, you have to sort of wonder if you're Peter, is this the right person for me? Should I have been with someone else? I think Hannah Ann is probably the better choice if he wants what seems to be a pretty happy future, but I think he clearly is someone who wants to be challenged. I think he's clearly someone who really is into just the vivacity, the personality of Madison, and I think that's why he feels like she is the right person. I'm just ambivalent about it because of what we have seen on the show.
I think he thinks she's the right person because that conversation after the fantasy suites when she said, I can't do this, I think just that quick fear of, oh my goodness, I'm gonna lose her, this is it, I screwed it up, and then his heart probably went up into his throat, that was it for him, that he hadn't had to feel that with Hannah Ann where he thought he was going to lose her, but he has already had that hurting stomach feeling of losing Madison. So I just think he is going to end up choosing her. But do I think that they'll kind of stand the test of time? Not without compromise, because Madison is hard line. Her religion is important. It is important to her family. It is important to her. It is her complete lifestyle. And she has said that she wants her husband to be having the exact same road as her. I totally understand that. I mean, religion can be a sticking point in a lot of relationships, especially then you start having kids. And of course, Madison's going to want them to be part of the religion, which I'm sure Peter would say yes, but it's still difficult if one of her sticking points is he has to be religious too. This isn't something you can force on anybody. Either you're following a faith because, you want to, or you don't. You believe or you don't. People can present you with, hey, well, what about this? And think about this and whatever, but you still have to believe it. If he fakes it, it's only going to last so long. I think that unless he or she compromises where she decides, I'm okay with you, Peter, not being part of my religion as long as you respect what I believe, that can totally work. Or then he compromises and he finds that religion and he actually starts to believe it, then that will work as well. If those things don't happen, I just can't figure out how it's going to work.
I will say this, and this is probably not a spoiler, but it is probably the funniest thing that I've seen come out of the past couple days, and that is the Justin Bieber has spoiled the Bachelor theory, because apparently he was on Ellen, and he and Peter apparently have gone to the same church, and that doesn't mean that Peter is as religious as Madison or on the same path by any means, but people are reading so much into this, and I think they're thinking, oh, here's Peter making a real hardcore effort to show that he is on the same path, and it's like, why is Justin Bieber all of a sudden brought into this mess?
The thing is Peter didn't say that he's not religious ever.
He just said he's not as religious.
He's not as religious, and I still think that even that is not enough. She wants somebody whose whole heart and soul and mind is completely down into the same religion as her.
There's one other crazy theory I'll throw at you, and this does not involve Justin Bieber, so don't worry about that. Okay, this involves...
You didn't run off with Justin Bieber?
No, Justin Bieber is not Peter's final rose. I believe Justin Bieber's wife would probably have something to say about that. But, no, this is more to do with this idea of what if Peter chose Madison, realized it didn't work, and then Peter pulls an Ari. Now, I know that The Bachelor has tried to be like, oh, this is this big, unprecedented sort of ending, and we've already seen it with Jason Mesnick and Ari now. But they've lied before. Let's be real here.
They have. It's true.
Is that possible?
I guess it's possible, but man, if they're hyping this up to be the same thing we've seen twice before, then I mean, like, come on, guys.
I know, it's true. All right.
But again, then maybe it's okay. He picks Madison, then decides to pick Hannah Ann in the final rose and proposes, and there it is.
They could find a way to claim that this is unprecedented. It's like one of those people who like cherry picks basketball stats, and they're like, this is the first person ever to score 37 points and 21 rebounds. It's just like picked random numbers and you went and looked them up or something. So
don't you do that?
Occasionally.
You pick your teams based on the mascots and the colors of their jerseys.
Raptors are dinosaurs. How awesome is that? Why would you want to root for the Knicks when that's like pants versus a raptor? But all right, well, let's hear from you guys. There's a lot of other reasons to not want to root for the Knicks. But all right, what do you guys think is going to happen on the Bachelor finale? Knicks fans know. Be sure to share in the comments. And if you do like this video,
he's doubling down,
give us a
folks.
like, subscribe, and support us by checking the link to the store in the description. And we'll see you here next time.